Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Fire here, back in another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to run the gun trips tight end offset formation. Now, this has been one of my personal favorite formations to use in Madden for years. I've been using this since Madden 18, and I've been having tons of success running it. And again, it is successful this year. Now, my favorite playbooks that have this are going to be the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. So right now I'm in the Seahawks. You guys see there's tons of variety in this offense that I like. So anyways, and there, you also want, if you're running a trip tight end offset, you want it to have this any sort of an RPO bubble screen, and then you also want this X underplay. Some of them don't have that. It just makes the formation pretty bad to use. There's only a couple of good plays in it, and it can make it a lot worse to use. So obviously right now I'm going to be on this right hash mark, so I'm going to be running my trip side to the left side. If I was obviously on the left hash, I'd be flipping it because we want more space to operate between these three receivers on the side. So anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and do is set my audibles on the fly. So I'm going to put X at level sail, Y read option, LB X under, and RB is going to be this PA crossers. Now what you're going to want to do is just come out in this RPO trap alert bubble every single play, no matter what. That basically gives you 5 audibles to choose from, and it just is a great tip to use. Just come out in a different play. Even if you plan on running a PA crossers, you never know what coverage is going to come out in. So my favorite RPO out of this formation is going to be this trap alert bubble, but the power alert bubble is also, or the just regular alert bubble, I guess, although it is a power run, is very good as well. I'm not too big of a fan of the counter, but just gonna come out in this 0-1 trap here, and we're gonna go ahead and get into our video. So starting off, like I said, I'm just gonna come out in this RPO. Now the RPO is very simple. You guys see it's just a trap run, but the trap run is definitely one of the more underrated runs, I think, in the game, especially out of this formation. I used to run it a ton before there even was RPOs in the game, so you can definitely have success. You guys see I'm able to cut it out to the right side despite only having a tight end right there, and just completely make a huge run out of it. And you guys see I actually almost end up taking that to the house, surprisingly, but you guys see I can just come out here, hand it off, and that was just an instant block shed. The Cardinals O-line is definitely nothing to be proud of, but I mean, still having success. You guys see I'm able to cut it out to the outside and just pick up some huge yards, not even utilizing the RPO yet. So running this RPO, it's not an every down play. You just want to come out and spam. I like to hand it off a couple times, even if I know the bubble's going to be open. I want him to play the run, so which is why we also have a couple of that read options, definitely going to help with it. But this 0-1 trap is pretty much like a draw play. It's just, you just want to keep the defense honest. You don't want to spam that bubble screen. So although you can, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this bubble screen right here, and it's just going to be pretty simple. Obviously, just snap, throw it to B, and you guys see I'm getting excellent blocks down the field. Even with a slow receiver like Crabtree, I am able to pick up some huge yards. So the run's not open, you can easily just hit this bubble screen to Michael Crabtree and pick up some huge gain of yards. It's just a very simple read here. If I know the middle of the field is going to be open, then I'm hitting it here. I definitely would have ran the ball, but since I'm showing you the bubble, I'm just going to keep hitting it. You guys will see more times than not it's going to get open. So one last time here, I see the linebacker on the left side was blitzing, and I'm able to hit Crabtree for pretty much a first down right there. So that's going to be it for our bubble screen. Next up, I'm going to move into this level sail. Now, the level sail, usually it doesn't really matter where you run it if you run it to the wide side, but I actually kind of prefer running it short side like this. You can just come out in it, run it stock. You guys see, obviously everybody knows about the table route in this level sail in any sort of trips formation like this, and it is just very glitchy to spam. So I can just come out here, hike it. You have a high-low read between that A receiver and RB, but obviously something to be taken a note of is all these underneath routes that we have. We have 3 in routes. Now what I personally like to do is just to put B on a hitch, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just put X on a drag. I like to motion X over to the right side, and because you don't want routes going all sides of the field, which is why I don't like flood concepts like that where we can just hit any side on the right side of the field. He doesn't have to worry about anything on the other side. We want routes on all sides of the field. So you guys see I was able to create the high-low read between the corner route and the flat route right there and hit Charles Clay wide open on the corner. So again, the setup is just going to be hitch B and then X on a drag or a slant. Depends if it's like a man coverage, you're going to want to put him on a slant, but just putting him on a drag for now works. I'm going to try to hit that. Had B open, but just got sacked there, unfortunately, but that looks like a little bit of match coverage right there, so definitely the slant can help. Something that you can do if you want is a little setup like this, where you just put B on a slant, X on a drag, Y on a curl, hike the ball here. Just going to hit Johnson in the flats there, pick up a decent gain. Now, in this formation, you're definitely going to take your flat routes. I preach this out of any formation that I go over is just take your flats. If they're just leaving it open, you can easily hit that, and obviously, if you want, you can run the play stock like I am right there. So just a couple of setups that I like to run out of this, but we obviously have a couple of other plays that can have a little bit more success down the field. This is more for short yardage plays. He's playing over the top. I'm going to create a high-low. If he goes and uses the flat route, I can easily hit Crabtree on that quick in, or if it's just hard flats, I can hit that corner route. So just a very simple concept there. Anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and do is move on to our read option here. Now, the read option, it's just pretty much the same thing as our inside zone. Now, a lot of people are just going to come out in the inside zone, and there's really no reason to not come out in the read option there rather than the inside zone. That's just something I always do out of any formation. If there's a read option, I'm coming out in it. I just prefer the blocking. I have way more success running it, as crazy as that sounds, but you guys see, I'm just coming out here, running that read option, especially with a guy like Kyler Murray at quarterback, is definitely going to be successful because eventually they're not going to play it. Now, since he has the scrambling quarterback type, they're sort of going to contain him every single time, which is unfortunate for the video's sake, but I'm still able to hand it off to David Johnson, make a man miss there, and I'm almost taking that to the crib, although he is sort of a little bit slower. If we get a super fast guy there, that's an easy crib shot. So you guys see, just following the blocks, that was probably bad run stick by me there, but easily able to just pick up some big gains of yardage, and this read option is definitely a staple out of the formation. Anytime you find a good formation with a excellent inside zone or read option, you have to explore it, see if there's any good pass plays out of it, and maybe it can turn into a go-to formation for you to come out in on an offense. So yeah, this read option definitely good to run. You guys see, trying to hit it with our quarterback there, but unfortunately we just fumble there. But you guys pretty much get the gist. Obviously, if that DN's going to come down, then you can hit Kyler Murray on that outside run and have success with it. I've done it many times, but anyways, that's probably going to be it for our read option right there. Next up, I'm going to move into my favorite play out of this formation. It's going to be the X under. Now, the X under, I'm going to show you guys a couple of setups that I like to run. First one being just drag Y. We have a sort of post route. It's pretty much the same as the level sail. Boom, Larry Fitzgerald just wide open over the middle. I'm just going to dump it down to him on that drag. I see nothing else open. I don't want to risk myself rolling out, finding nobody. So again here, just run that drag. We have our post route, and then pretty much anything else. I'm able to hit Kirk across the middle of the field right there. If his user is just completely following the right side, he has to worry about that corner route, maybe even the post route over the middle, or that table route with Johnson. Then he's just not going to have anybody open. Here we get Y open again, just picking up some easy, decent yards. Take your drags out of any play if you want. All right, that's going to take us into our next setup for this X under play, and it's going to be a focused around this corner route that Larry Fitzgerald is on right here. You guys can tell it looks great stock, and it's going to be a slower breaking corner route, which means it's going to get open against zones, not really man coverage. Anyway, I have a pretty simple setup for it. It's just going to be to put X on a streak, B on an out route. I'm going to block RB here. This slower developing corner route, we're going to need a little bit of extra protection. And then I like to put A on a curl or a smart routed in route. Now, the reason why I prefer the curl a little bit more over this smart routed in route is because, like I was saying, I like routes on all sides of the field, and that deep in route is just going to create a flood concept there. I accidentally hiked the ball there, but you guys saw Fitzgerald gets open. We actually missed a key step there that I prefer to do, but again, set up for this X under, streak X, B on an out route, block RB, and then A on a curl. Now, something that I prefer to do with this Fitzgerald route, although the corner did get open there, it's a little bit more shallow to the sideline, and sometimes zones get congested, it doesn't get open. What I like to do, motion him inside and hike him right about there on top of the other receiver. Just gets open a little bit more. You guys see, although it does take a little bit slower, he was wide open for like a 30-yard gain. Now, somehow I get shedded on that 3-man rush blocking 6. It doesn't make sense to me, but you guys pretty much get the gist of the play. I'll show you guys one last time here. X on a streak, B on an out route, A on a curl, or B on a block, and then motion him inside. Hike the ball right there, and wait, hit him wide open. You guys see, easy 30-yard gain plus right there. 2 Fitzgerald on the corner route, so that is definitely a stable play out of the formation. Anyways, I'm just going to run the ball here. I don't really like this quarters 3 deep setup. And again, if you're still watching the video, something that you can do is just motion that slot receiver in on the inside zone. I don't really do it too much, but you can do it if you want. Anyways, I'm going to come out in this PA crossers here and just going to respot the ball real quick. I prefer more space with the crosser route rather than the short side of the field. So in this PA crossers, I have 2 pretty main setups. Now, first thing I'm going to go over a tip that I like to do. Now, this tip is just going to be very simple. If you guys go ahead and try to put A on a fade here, you guys get this delay fade, which does nothing. He's pretty much blocking, and if you want, you can send him off, but it's terrible. I don't really like it. So something that you're going to have to do is just motion Charles Clay out. Now, if you try to motion him out right now, you guys see he doesn't motion because he's on that delay flat route. What you have to do is just put him on a streak, put him on an in, put him on an out, whatever. Any route that's not delayed or block and release. And then just motion him outside. So I have him on a streak. Now I get all these receiver adjustments. What I can do is just put him on a fade route, which is what we want, and then motion him back in. So just a very simple tip that you guys can have. Now we're really focused around the crossing route in this, but I do have a couple of other things that you can do. First setup being drag Y and then put X on a in route, and then just you can either leave him on the regular in route, or what I like to do, smart out him, get a little bit deeper. Those post routes aren't really going to get open barely any of the time. And something you can do with this A receiver also, if you just don't want to motion him out, the streak does a fine job of doing it. The fade's just a little bit better. And then if you want, you can manually block RB, but I sort of like just running the play action and canceling it. So like the ball, cancel the play action, then easily able to scramble to the outside. You guys see B gets completely open, and for some reason that was actually a weird thing where both of those players defended that fade route, which is kind of why it's a little bit more glitchy. I had a little bit more success with it, but I'm gonna go over that setup one more time here. Just gonna be A on a streak, motion him out, put him on a fade, put Y on a drag, X on an in route, and then smart out that in route. Motion Charles Clay back inside, and then we have our full setup. You can do your slide to the right if you want, double team this D end, and then just hike the ball, cancel the play action by holding RT if you don't know. And then here we get like a man coverage look. I'm easily able to hit Christian Kirk, or that was match coverage, but I have a different man speeder that I like to run here. It's going to be our next setup now. I'm just going to come out in a cover 1 here. But the setup that I like to do out of this is just going to be just put A on a streak. I don't really want to motion him out, but normally put him on a fade. And then what I like to do, put Y on a drag and X on a slant. Now what we're going to do is just motion Kirk out. Now I'm just going to put Johnson on a block there in case it is a man blitz, and then just hike him right about there on the numbers. You guys see gets wide open against the man coverage, and it is easy beater. Now you can do this out of like any play out of the formation. Just motion someone out, except for like X under or a second X under setup, but it's very effective. Those motion slants get open. He might be worried about the crosser even with his man coverage, and you can get that open. So one more time, A on a streak, Y on a drag, X on a slant, motion X out, and then just hike the ball. I don't really prefer him set. I want him right about there. Cancel the play action here, hit Larry on the drag, and easily able to pick up the yard. So if you guys did enjoy this mini scheme, please make sure to leave a like on the video to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for some more videos, and go check out some of my other videos. I have some great mini scheme money plays on the channel, as well as one play touchdowns and full ebooks. So peace, I'm out of here.